And before we get in today's very important lecture, I just want to take a moment to thank all of my supporters and my subscribers. You know, I got up this morning and my YouTube channel has reached well over 243,000 plus subscribers. And none of this would be possible without all of my supporters. So the focus of this lecture is going to be goal achievement, another goal achievement, aka the growth of my YouTube channel. And it's always good to acknowledge and praise those small goal achievements along the way, especially when you're working on the ultimate goal. But you got to recognize those small achievements along the way. So I'm gonna present, a YouTube goal that I have officially achieved, and that achievement occurred actually on the 13th of this month. My channel now has reached well over 2 million views, and I'm literally got my business plan right here. That was a goal to reach my first 2 million views that I put on my business plan, and that I accomplished that goal on March the 13th, 2024. But in the middle of my business plan, in the center of that business plan, because on the far left of the business plan, I wrote down to attain 2 million views. And in the middle of the business plan, I wrote down action steps, measurable objectives, some things I had to do, action that directly link into my channel hitting well over 2 million views on March the 13th. And one of the things I've been doing actually aggressively for the past several months is I have been publishing a minimum of 560 published contents per month. And I've been functioning at that level for several months. And what I mean by published content, that could be a combination of shorts, live streams, video upload, just like I'm doing a live stream right now. So I have been literally clocking 560 plus published content a month, and I have no doubt functioning at that level had a direct impact on my channel hitting its first 2 million views on March the 13th, 2024. That was a tremendous feat. Another goal that I achieved today, and I'm going to acknowledge that and praise that, because when you start hitting these goals in any part of your life, when you start achieving goals, then that's a motivation or driving force to go after the next goal, the next goal. Rather it's to be a business goal or returning back to school goal or weight loss goal or YouTube goal or saving money goal or writing a book goal. I'm telling you, when you put it on paper, then that holds you accountable for what you say that you're going to do on the business plan on the far left. And you should be looking at that business plan, revising that business plan, updating that business plan. Before I started this live stream, I literally went in on my business plan and wrote down the date that the goal was achieved of hitting my 2 million plus views, March the 13th, 2024. Another goal that I achieved today for my YouTube channel, my channel has hit its first 3,000 published content. That was a goal that I literally had on my business plan on the far left, and some measurable steps, some measurable objectives that I had in the middle of this business plan that was similar to the other measurable objectives that directly linked to that goal was I have been publishing a minimum of 560 published contents for several months, and by functioning at such a high level, that had a direct impact on my YouTube channel hitting 3,000 videos, published content, 3,000 published content on March 13th, 2024. So I literally went in on my business plan and I wrote down the date that those goals were achieved. So it's done. Those the business plan. My business plan is 21 pages long. I don't just have YouTube goals on my business plan. I have various of the goals on my business plan. That's basic business 101. And when you're looking at it, when you're touching it, when you're revising it, it holds you accountable to do what you say that you're going to do in the middle of the business plan, which is the measurable objectives, the action steps. This is what you are going to do. This is what Marie Holiday is going to do, a minimum of 560 published content a month until I hit that goal. And the goal was achieved March the 13th for the 3,000 published contents and hitting that first 2 million views. And another goal I have on here, that this is a YouTube goal. I said I might as well go ahead and write this down because I got to be looking at it. This is page actually 22 now of my business plan. Is I have a goal to attain my first 250,000 subscribers. That's 250,000 subscribers. That's a goal on the far left of my business plan. And in the middle of that business plan, the measurable steps injected that I'm going to do really ties into what I did to hit the 2 million views, the 3,000 published content. Is I'm going to continue to publish a minimum of 560 plus published content a month. That includes the videos, the shorts, the live screens. I'm going to continue to function at that level until I hit that first 2 million views, because the more you are publishing content, then now that it is exposing my channel to international markets. I have a high percentage of my supporters, my subscribers coming out of India, coming out of Egypt. My subscribers coming out of India is in the 93 percentile, and then I'm getting some from Egypt, and the rest coming from the United States. So my channel now has tapped into international markets, and my supporters, my promoters, and all that has a direct impact on my YouTube check every month, rising and rising and rising and rising. These goals directly link also to the financial growth of my channel, because whether you want to embrace it or not, there's a business side to being a content creator. By evidence that you get, if you're monetized, you get a 1099 at the end of the year from YouTube with a printout of all of the money you made for the whole year. So this is the business side, people. And if you're going to have the business side, you got to have that strategic business plan in place with identified goals on the far left. And then you got to have identified objectives, measurable steps, action that directly link in the middle of that business plan, that directly link to the goal on the far left. And then on the right of that business plan, you need to write down a projected due date. And then when you actually achieve that goal, then you go back into that business plan and you write down the date that the goal was actually achieved. I'm giving myself a projected due date on March the 30th, 2024 to hit my first 250,000 subscribers. Now, it could happen before then, because right now I'm currently at 243,000 subscribers. I'm about to hit that benchmark anyway. But if I hit that benchmark before March the 30th, I will go in my business plan on the far right, and I will write down the date that that goal was actually achieved, and I'll move on to the next goal, because my business plan 21 pages long, and yeah, I got a company to run. So I'm utilizing this YouTube platform also to promote my book, to promote my brand, to promote my company, Patterson Associates Resource Center, or my primary services under my company. I do professional business coaching, and I'm telling you, I've seen explosive growth under my company, Patterson Associates Resource Center, the sales of my book, or from my publishing company, all because I continuously market my book, my brand, my company on this platform, and that's ongoing. So I'm telling you, this is the business side. If you do not have a business plan in place that is documented, this is a living, breathing document where you are looking at that business plan, you are touching that business plan, you are revising that business plan. I don't care what that goal may be, you are setting yourself up for failure. Because how are you going to measure your progress? How are you going to measure your progress in relation to whatever goal you write down on this business plan? I'm telling you, because you're not going to remember. It's about, the business plan is about accountability. I had my company for well over 20 years. I've always known to do a business plan. It ain't got to be anything fancy, but have something in writing that's going to hold you accountable for what you say that you're going to do, that you wrote down in the middle of the business plan, if you got one. And this thing is real. And this has a direct impact on the explosive growth of my channel in all areas. You know, watch hours, views, subscribers, money. There you go. This has a direct impact on the explosive growth of my channel. Especially, I've seen explosive growth since September 2023. And this piece of paper has a direct impact on the growth of my channel and all the other areas that I'm achieving on the other 20-something pages of my strategic business plan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's all about right here. You know, this directly ties into the primary service when I go into executed contract with paying customers who want to hire Marie Holiday to develop their strategic business plan over the course of 4 paid sessions. Those services are not free. I'm at full capacity, so I'm not taking any more new clients. I got a wait list that go out well over a year. But under those 4 sessions, we get ready to get down to business. At the end of that 4 paid session, that customer walks away with a strategic business plan in place on Word document to hold them accountable in terms of whatever goal that they're trying to achieve, bottom line. So again, I want to thank all of my supporters, my subscribers, my promoters, my sponsors for supporting my channel. My channel is on the trajectory path to reach skyless limits. The sky's the limit. So with that being said, don't forget to mark your calendar for April the 6th, 2024. I'm going to do another powerful live stream lecture. The focus of that topic is going to be, what are the 13 steps in order for a publisher to transform the accepted manuscript. You notice I said accepted manuscript into a published book and make it available for consumers worldwide. You know, my book went through 2 world-renowned publishing companies. Those 13 steps were demonstrated by both publishing companies. In the bottom line, to publish that book and make it available worldwide, they can tap into worldwide markets that a person would not be able to do if they were to self-publish. And by that book being exposed to worldwide markets, it has a direct impact on the financial growth and the sales in relation to my book, which is the business side also. Because I can remember early back on, well over 2-something years ago, when took me a year and a half to write my manuscript to my book, and you better believe I had that on my business plan to write my book. That was the goal. In the middle of that business plan, some measurable steps I had to do every Saturday for a year and a half. For 2 hours, I had to sit my behind down and I was writing my manuscript. That's measurable. And I had a projected due date to have that manuscript done 2 years in the future, but it took me a year and a half to complete that manuscript. So I was 6 months ahead of the game. Then I went into my business plan and I wrote down the actual date the manuscript was done. And that literally was a goal. That ain't got nothing to do with YouTube. That was a goal I wrote on my business plan that ties into the blood life. There we go. The blood life of my published book, Await Financial Freedom, and all of the blood, sweat, and tears I had to spend blocking out time in writing my manuscript. That's the business side right there. And all of the money I spent on paying the publishing company was a 100% business write-off. All of the money I paid to the publishing company to market my book, they ain't still on that book because they got to try sales. all of the money that I spent those publishing companies to transform my accepted manuscript into a published book and make it available worldwide to consumers was a 100% business write-off. And that is how you build that generational wealth. Because this book, this powerful book, which if you hadn't read it, you need to read it. Either soft copy or ebook version. My published work will outlive me. So the people in my bloodline would then receive those royalty checks from those two world-renowned publishing company, Page Publishing, and then the Audio Book Network for the ones who publish my audiobook. That is how you begin to build that generational wealth, and I'm here to tell you. So ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendar for April 6th. I'm going to be ready to get down to business. It's all I have. Simple fidelis, and I'm going to leave you in the care of your own conscience. Have a great day.